In this video I'm going to tell you how motorised sliders like this one can improve your life. Yes, it can. Legs will become useless, life will be controlled via app. Bliss. Anyway, what else can motorised sliders do? Now this thing you see right here is the slider one from Edelkrone. This was first introduced to me by my friend Tim Pan, the gear haul extraordinaire. He's like the ultimate gear haul. Every time I see him, he's got new gear. And one day I saw him with this new bit of kit, the Edelkrone slider one, and I thought, yes, I've got to have it. It's compact, it's lightweight, and most importantly, it slides, look, all by itself through the app. So yes, I'm super happy for this video to be sponsored by Edelkrone. Okay, let's go. And I'll be giving stuff away, more on that later. First, how do we use these slidey things to get slicker looking footage? But because this slider is incredibly compact, there's not too much travel, so if you're sliding from back to front, you don't see too much of an effect. That is moving forward, believe it or not. Whereas if you're going left to right, you see a bit more of an effect. Wow! Nah, I can't actually see anything different. That boat's going backwards though. It sounds kind of obvious but easy to overlook, but anything wider than the slider itself is going to make it harder to create a sense of movement. The wider it gets, the more difficult it gets. Simple fix for this scene, put stuff right in front of the camera. See? Movement! And if you want more movement, go longer. Oh, would you looky here, look how big this is, or mainly it's the wide angle just exaggerating the size of it, but this is the Head Plus, Slider Plus Pro, and the Slider module. Lots of pluses there, but that's actually part of the name. The Slider Plus Pro does the same thing as the Slider one. It slides, but it's just larger. But this, the Head Plus, just adds 2 extra axes of movement. With the Slider Plus Pro, of course you can use it manually, but that's boring, right? You can add the module, put a different belt on the Slider Plus Pro, and then you can use the app, which is clever stuff. Connected via Bluetooth, and it's super quick. So you can either have this battery powered, or I've got a DC powered here. It's plugged into the socket. Ooh, look at that. It's like some robotic stuff. It's like a video game. You've got your 2 control sticks here. But the clever stuff comes with these bits here, the posers. And when I say poser, I don't mean me. I'm not doing like Vogue and stuff like that. Let's do that first. Okay, save. Pose 2. Okay, let's set up our sequence. Pose 1, pose 2, pose 3. Having an app like this where you can set poses and create a sequence gets you 6 slick looking product shots that wouldn't be easy to do by hand. Hit go on the app, sit back, have a beer, only that your slider can't deliver the beer for you anymore. Essentially what you can do is just have it on a loop, just doing its thing over and over again forever. You can just have a boring product shot of a Nikon over and over again. It's not actually going to be boring because it's going to be nice and smooth. Of course, having on the loop is not really for product shots like this because it's just going to be getting the same thing over and over again. But for interviews, filming yourself, talking lots and lots, it'll be nice to have a little camera just moving backwards and forwards like this over and over again. Of course, one thing you have to take note of is that it's got a bit of noise, so you don't want to have this too close to the talent, the person talking, because it sounds like this. But look, if the camera's going to be this close, I mean, it's going to be an ultra wide, it's going to be fisheye, right? You're not going to be this close anyway. Right, so you've integrated your slider into your interview setup. You've got your main camera facing the interviewee right here, looking over there as if there's an interviewer asking questions, but it's actually just a light stand. And we've got a camera on the slider here, which I can operate by pressing this button. One thing you could try is to put stuff in the foreground. Of course, you've got things in the background, but if you put something in the foreground, it gives a greater sense of movement. Having that little bit of foreground interest can be an indicator of what your subject is all about. Arsing about with cameras, obviously, and that foreground interest, background, and subject in the middle, a nice sandwich can add extra depth to your slider shot. So you're set up for slidey action. Don't ruin your smooth footage with clunky focusing. Now if you're using the slider to slowly creep in towards your subject, it's a good idea to use a lens with a proper focusing ring. And then you get some tape, and then you mark off the closest focusing and the furthest focusing. So when the motorised slider is doing its thing, you know where to rack focus to. And if you're using a lens with focus by wide, then tough titties. No, you can still work something out, or just use autofocus. Use tracking. Hopefully your camera does it well, and let the AF do its work. As it's all programmed, it's the same movement every time as long as the settings are, so you can get creative. Well, one neat trick is that you can be 2 places at one time. It's so simple to do. You film a before and an after, and then you combine the two shots. I mean, that's the smart stuff. It's all about the app. It's all about the clever stuff, the software. It's all about that smartphone app, although you still need to use your smarts to get the best out of the slidey thing. But if you can, they are great tools for introducing smooth, Skippy-like smooth footage into your vids. Okay, so that's it from the talking camera. If you like to win some Edelkrone goodies to make your video footage a lot smoother, tweet me and say, hey Kai, I'd like to win some Edelkrone goodies. And the winner will be picked completely at random, blindfold, with all the winners digitally in a hat, all the tweets digitally put in a digital hat and picked totally at random. All you have to do is enter the competition before this date and time, and winner will be announced soon, all right? Okay, thanks for watching, good luck, see you again, bye.